Assalamu alaikum. Here we are going to discuss to the next topic of this chapter. But before going that, just you see this example figure 5.7. We have last class we have discussed XML tree. Okay, so try to draw the XML tree for this example. And if you have time that you are not showing your homework, say very few students, I think not more than 6 or 7 students have sent their homework to my WhatsApp, but the rest of the students what they are doing I don't know. So this example you try to do and send in my WhatsApp after drawing your XML tree. But just to remember that here attribute is there, you can see in this line one attribute is there, as already I have told there. While you draw an XML tree, there should not be used the attribute names. Your roll number is the attribute, so no need to mention this attribute, just you have to mention the tag name. Okay, only the tag name. So this one you do and try to send to my WhatsApp. So next topic, it is your comments in XML. Like you see, comments already you have got in C programming also, and like JavaScript also we have got comments. In HTML also we have comments. Any programming language, every programming language, if you see, comments are there. So these comments, why is it necessary, why you should use comments? Already so many times I have told you that these are the things to be used while writing any code, while developing any software, so that in future you can understand what was the purpose of this part of the code. Okay, for this reason we used to write comments. So in XML also we can use comments. There are two types of comments as usual we have got in the previous programmings also, that single line comments and multi-line comments. But in C programming and JavaScript we have got the different way to write the single line comment and double line comment. That means multi-line comments, not double line. Okay, multi-line comment, more than one line. In C programming what we have got, say if it is single line comment, then you used to give this double slash backslash, then we used to write in a single line. If it is block comment or multi-line comment like this, we used to write multiple lines and close like that. Okay, there was these two options, single line comment and multi-line comment. But in the XML, both the symbols for single line comment and multi-line comments are same. You see this one. Okay, you have to start like that, then two hyphen in this way, and after writing the comment you must close the again two hyphen, then close. Okay, two hyphen, and remember there should not be any space between. While typing there should not be any space between these two hyphens, just exclamatory symbol hyphen hyphen, then you must write the comments. So this is the single line comment and multi-line comment. If it is single line, then you just finished within the same line. If it is multi-line, you can wrap the wrap means more than one line, one after another. This is the wrapping. So it is a wrap over more than one line, so you can write in the similar way. So these restrictions also it was there in our exam. So what are the restrictions? The next page you will get, there are two restrictions while writing comments in XML. First restrictions, you see the note it is given, you see this note, there should not be any space between these two hyphen symbol. This is what, just to remember all the things, just to highlight in your book using your highlighter, or you can underline by your pen. The restrictions, these two restrictions you see. First restriction here, comments must be placed before the, let me use this highlighter pen. This is the two restrictions. First restriction is what? Comment cannot be placed at the top of the XML document. That means what is the top of the XML document? If you see, sorry, this is the topmost element. Which one topmost element? That your like question mark XML, XML, that version, that everything what you used to write, then this is the topmost element. After that, the whatever the coding is required, we used to write. This is the topmost line, means processing instructions line, as we have got. This line is processing instructions line, and also it is not mandatory, it is optional whether you can write or not, no problem. But if you have mentioned, you cannot write a comment before this. Just remember here, a comment cannot be written before the processing instruction line. Remember, and you see next, the next restriction is that you cannot write comments like this, one comment inside another. It cannot be nested. See, one comment already you have started like this. Okay, you have started, you have written a comment, you have not closed, it should be closed like this or not, it should be closed, but you have not closed, and here again you have started another comment like that, another comment. Okay, and after that you have closed the comment, so it should not, it is not acceptable, means one comment should not be within another comment. So it is written the one restrictions. If you see next one, first one, so you have understood, I think so, that should not be written at the topmost element, before the topmost element, and the first line, okay, the documents are embedded within text. Embedded means this window, that means one inside another, this is called embedded. So these are the two restrictions, very important lines, just to mark these things. One the last exam also, I think in SSLC it was there, what are the two restrictions, or what are the restrictions of while writing XML comments. So these were, first one is what, it should not be written at the top of your processing instruction, or in the top of your it should not be at the topmost element. And next one is what, it cannot be embedded within text. So these are the two restrictions. Next you come what, white space in XML. You see there is the difference between in HTML and XML. If you write here the example, if you see, in case of HTML, if we keep some space in between some words, or wherever we used to keep spaces, okay, but while you see after running this code, you will not get any space in the output. This, all the multiple spaces will be truncated, means deleted or compressed to a single space. You can see after hello, here multiple spaces are there, here multiple spaces, but in the output only one space. Here you can see only one space. The multiple spaces are truncated to single space in case of HTML, but the similar things if you write in XML, now see if it is written in XML, the output will be same. So this is another very important questions for you, that what is the difference between HTML and XML with respect to white space. This is the question. Okay, in the extra questions already I have provided there, you can see this such kind of questions are available, you can go through the extra questions even. So this one also one important topic, that what is the difference, the simple difference, very easy to write, that in case of HTML, truncates, remember this word truncate means compress, deleted, you must use truncate word. Okay, so, or you can use deleted also even, but better to use truncates. So this truncate means to delete all the multiple spaces to a single space, but in case of XML it will be not deleted, it will remain same. So this is the difference between HTML and XML with respect to white space. The next topic is the next line, new line in XML. New line, you see, while writing in an HTML, to bring to the new line, what do you used to write? We used to write BR tag, okay, to break the line, BR tag. Okay, but such kind of breaking is not, BR tag cannot be used in XML. Okay, but in place of BR tag we can use other things according to your operating system, which operating system that you are using. If it is Windows, if it is Linux, if it is Unix, or maybe different other Mac, or means Apple operating system, then to write the code, to view the XML code in different lines, we must use some here code, one code is there, means character you must use, so that your operating system, when operating system will see this is the one extra coding is given, for that it should be displayed in the next line. Okay, so more clearance will discuss, I will clear you this part while school will resume. And today I think I have seen another news that lockdown again is extended to 2 weeks, means up till 17th May, and I don't think so within this May school will reopen, maybe June I think school will reopen. So whatever, this another 1 month you must study, don't be away from your study, this is my earnest request to you. Otherwise, now see days are going, your exam will come, and don't think that exam will be postponed for 2 or 3 months, that you are losing times here. It will never happen. Okay, it will be instructed from the authority, that means Assam board, SEBA board, that you must complete your syllabus, whether maybe day night you do your classes, but we cannot lose our academic session, so it should be completed. So if you are not updated, then it will affect diversely. You see, very badly it will affect on you. So I would request you that you just go through all the topics, all the videos that all the teachers are providing to you. Okay, you just cooperate with the teachers, otherwise you will get problem in your future. Remember this one. And you see here I can come to the topic that new line in XML. How to store a new line means to break the line. If the question directly comes, remember here are two characters are there, one LF character, another one is CR character. Remember LF and CR. Okay, if question directly comes, how XML stores new line? Simply you write LF, means line fit. If LF character is embedded, now remember, listen, directly LF also cannot be written in our XML code. For this LF extra code is there, for that we have to use. Okay, for this purpose we'll discuss later. Just to remember this one, LF character is used to bring to the new line, to put a new line. Simply if it is asked how XML stores new line, simply you have to write what? LF. But if it is mentioned according to your operating system, now see what are the in different operating systems, in different applications, like in Windows applications, Windows software, if it is there, a new line is stored, normally stored a pair, both for operating system Windows that we are using in our schools, Windows, LF plus LFCR both are used. Okay, both Windows for both. Next one, it is given Unix applications, only LF. If it is in Unix, then only LF. LF for Unix. And last one is what? Another one is Mac. For Mac it is CR. Got it? For Windows, this is for Windows. This is for Unix, and this is for what? Mac. Okay, Mac. So these are the three things you just remember. How XML, and again I am repeating the thing. If directly asks how XML stores new line, you have to write only LF. LF, simple. You have to write LF. Line fit. If it is asked how in operating system basis, then you have to write in that way. Okay. Okay, I am clearing this part. Sorry. Okay, now the next topic you see, another topic is there, well formed XML. Question comes from this topic. As I told, in XML it is very easy to write the answers because every topic has questions. Every topic has questions and these are very easy. First of all, you see well formed XML document. We have already got how XML elements to be written, what are the tagging rules. Okay, so these things just here it is repeated. Okay, just here it is repeated. If you have got the idea how to XML elements to be written, then these are very easy to write. Okay, no need to learn, even you can write all the answers. So the question it comes, how, when we can say XML is in well formed. Remember, when we can say an XML is in well formed. Remember, or it may come, what are the rules for an XML, well formed XML document rules. These are the things. So remember, the first you see, the root and child element must be nested proper way. That one already we got in the tagging rules. That means nesting should not be overlapped. Nesting should not be overlapped means one tag should not overlap another tag. How? Say you have started a tag, say car, and then you have started say color. Then you first need to close what? Color. First you need to close color, then you need to close what? Car. But if you have closed car first, that it is wrong. It is violated the XML tagging rules. So any root, here car is the root, so root and child, this is root, it should not be overlapped, it should be nested very proper way. That one is just see. Okay, the next one you see, what is the next rule it is given? The every start tag must have the closing tag. Already we got in the tagging rules, every start tag must have their tagging end tag, because pairing is must. There is no empty tag, all empty tags must be closed. So these 2 points are similar. Every starting tag must have the closing tag, and all empty tags must be closed. It means same. Another one, XML tags are case sensitive. Already we have got how that every starting tag must match with the spelling, with the not only spelling, just you have to see the uppercase, lowercase, everything should be matched with the starting and closing tag. The last one, that XML attributes must be in double quoted. That one also we got. See, that means simply you can understand, if you have written an XML and if you have an error, that means your XML it is not in well formed, and you must know what are the ways, that means you must write the XML code. There should not be an error. What are the rules were there? That nested proper way, we know the tagging rules we got. The attributes must also should be double quoted. All the start tag must match with the closing tag. Empty text must be closed. All start tag must have the closing tag. So these are the rules already we have got. So these are the well formed XML information, that means rules you must know. And this one, did you know, one part is there, so we cannot omit a single part, because the last year also did you know, from did you know one question was there, so you cannot skip anything here. Here it is said about prologue. You can see what is prologue. A prologue means the instructions line that we used to write, processing instructions line and the XML declaration lines, including this XML declaration line means the processing instruction line and the document type definition. We'll discuss what is document type definition in the next part. Next topic it is coming. So these are the two things. Just to remember what here the question is there. An XML document, a prologue consists of two parts. One, XML declaration, and the DTD. What is DTD? We are going to discuss in the next topic. Here you see DTD is there. Validating an XML. Now see, we have got what? Previously we have got what? Well formed XML, and we are getting here validating XML. If question comes, what are the two types of XML? Okay, then you have to write one well formed XML and another one is validating XML. So well formed conditions already we have got. Now when we can say an XML is valid? So before going to this part, just I would explain another thing. When you can say a building is valid, so you know, before build a building, what we do, we must call an engineer. Okay, as you know, engineer will draw a picture, that means he will make a design for us. So this is the design for our building, where windows will be there, door will be there, everything he will design like that. So this is the design of the building. Design, and this is your building. So this is your original building. Now when we can say this building is valid, that means it should have what? It must have what? One design. It must have one design, and design should match with the building. Must have design. It cannot be written, very difficult to write. Okay, must have design, and design should match. It should match with the building. Now see, if you have design, if you have a design of 3-story building, but you have built a building which is more than 3, then it is not valid. Okay, so while build a building, you must take what? Permission from the authority, and you must have a design also. If you don't have a design, and your design also, if you have a design but your design is not matching with your building, then also this building is not valid yet. So these are the two things you must match. It must be here. So before building a building, you must have a design, and design should match with your building. Then we can say this building is valid. Now we can say this building is valid. So many times perhaps you have seen in news channels, or maybe in papers also. So these buildings already destroyed by municipal board due to this one was valid, this and that. So these are the rules. It was not matching with the design. Now see, so why I have explained this one, to come to the next point. When an XML is said to be valid, similar. So if we assume this building is XML, okay, so before creating your XML we must have a design, and this design is known as DTD. Okay, this is the DTD. So XML must have a DTD, and this DTD should match with the XML. Then we can say this XML is valid. Clear? So when we can say an XML is valid, it must have DTD and DTD should match. These are the 2 points, remember. Then we can say XML is valid. But what is DTD? Now see, a DTD will define, that means what will be your root element, what are the children element will be there, what are the attributes will be there in your XML. Okay, so everything, all the design will be given at first, and from the design the XML will be written. Clear? So this is the DTD. So the definition, you can see what is the DTD definition here. It is given to you. A DTD provides the list of elements in an XML with the relationships. Means which one will be your children element, that means root element, under root, how many children will be there, all the children will have the subcells or what, if this is there, what will be there, if they have any attributes, what will be the attributes, what type of the attributes, all the things will be declared first, and from that design a programmer can write the original XML. It's a framework will be given to the developer. So this is your framework, this is the design, accordingly you just write your XML code. Now this DTD can be 2 types, internal DTD and external DTD. Now when we can say this is an external and this is internal. Let me clear this page. Say if in the same file, XML file, say you have saved a file you save HTML document with the .html, here you have to save .xml extension, .xml. So abc.xml, one file you have created, and in the same file this is your XML, this part is your XML, and this part it is your DTD. Okay, that means same file, one XML here, this is XML, this part is XML, and top part is DTD, but in a single file. Then this type of DTD will be known as internal, because within the same file, internal DTD. Okay, now what is external DTD? Let me explain you. So this is separately you have written a DTD, and separately you have written XML, both different file. Okay, different files. Now you are linking this DTD with the XML, but to link you must use one keyword. This is called system keyword or public keyword. This is another important thing. When should you use system, when we should use public. Okay, if your DTD and XML within your system, within your computers, or within your servers, your organization servers, that time you must use system. Means within your organization, or maybe within your computer system, 2 separate files you are including, you are linking this one. That means system. When we should use public, if you are bringing this XML which is not within you, which is not created within your servers, or maybe within your computer system, you are bringing these files from the another sites, another server, another computer system, then you must use public. Remember, public and what? System. Now you see here these 2 things it is shown to you, public and system, just to underline and just to read once this what are the uses. Now once come to this page, here you can see this part what, sorry, this part only what, XML, and this part is what, your DTD. in this DTT, if you see, all the DTT is starts with a square brackets. When you start DTT to write, it starts with this bracket. Okay, this bracket. Here you can see square brackets, and also it ends with this one. The next line you can see, also it ends with this line, these square brackets, and at last you have to give one less than symbol. Okay, these are the rules to write internal DTT. Remember, these are the features of internal DTT. So first of all, an inter written within the XML document. So we already have discussed that within the same document. Then next one, left square brackets. It starts with left square brackets and ends with like that, close square brackets and with less than symbol. Sorry, greater than symbol. Greater than symbol, not less than. The first line in the square bracket mentions the order of elements. Order of elements means which one will be your root. In the root, what are the elements will be there, after what, every, that means serial or serially it will come. Now see, it is given in this line, you can see root element, it is mentioned item. The first line doc type, it starts with doc type and it shows square brackets. Then within square brackets it is given what, within item code, name, memory, color. That means these are the structure it is given to you. Okay, this is the structure. Here item is the root element, under item code, name, memory, color, price, these are the what, children. So you can see in your DTT under item code, name, color, serial it is coming. So this is called order of the element. Next you see, every element starts with element. Like what is the definition of element already get, that means elements is the everything from elements start tag, end tag, and including the contents. This is the element. So the definition already we have got the elements definitions. Then you see this is the contents. All elements will have the contents. So for that we have to use another keyword. This is called PC data. Okay, this PC data also it comes in your exam. And another things you must remember, this element should be written in uppercase. Don't forget to write the, remember this one, you should remember it always should be written this element in uppercase, capital letters. Now another one is PC data. What is PC data? Full form also it comes in your exam, parsed character data. Parsed means to check, everything to be checked. Whatever you will write within the tag, means the contents whatever you will write, these contents will be checked properly. That's why it is known as parsed character data. Every character will be checked, every character will be validated. So that's one will be validated. That's why parsed character data, it is text only. It represents 0 or more characters. Means here that we are writing, say here code, it is written code, one code it is given 1001 and code is closed. Code is closed. This is the content and whole part is known as element. Okay, this content will be parsed, it will be checked, and then what you see, this reminds it actually defines the PC data. This part may be empty or it may be more than one, and before that you must use the hash sign. You can see hash symbol it is given. So this is the internals. You can see the order of all the elements it is given. Root is the item, then what, serially, code, name, memory, color, everything it is given serially. So this is the order it is mentioned to you. In the next page if you see the external DTT, you can see this DTT is written separately and this is the XML is written separately. Both the part now separated to each other. Both the files are saved in different file name. Here it you can see item.dtt is saved and this maybe .xml something it is saved. So these things are linked in the first line. You can see how it is linked. Doc type, item, system, item.dtt is how to start and how to link. Just to remember how to start. Doc type you have to mention, because while writing DTT it should start with doc type. Doc type, item is your root, and using system keyword we are linking item.dtt. When we are using system, because both the files within our same system. Okay, this is the internal DTT. If it is the external, this will be different. Okay, little bit different. So these are the, up to this much already we have discussed. In the next class we will discuss from XML application structure, but one homework already again I am giving to you. That one, just remember to draw your XML tree for this line, for this example. Okay, thank you.